Well, ladies and gentlemen, you would figure that after the Flyers lost Pittsburgh week, especially the way they did yesterday afternoon, and the fact that today is your first home game and it feels like a month, you get the fans back for the first time in a year, you would expect the win, right? Yeah. What is going on, everyone? It is your boy El Parcero Philly, the uniter of all things sports and culture here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Flyers just got done their 5th game of 6 games in 9 days. 9 days. And unfortunately, it is not getting really pretty here. It was not. The Flyers lose 3-1 in regulation to the Washington Capitals. And like I stated, the first game with fans in the stands. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it felt good seeing some Flyers fans in the stands, some good orange and black cheering on the boys, because flat out, this is what they needed. 3,100 fans in the stands at the Wells Fargo Center on Sunday night, and it was definitely a great sight. It was definitely good to see those fans there. Shout out to my boy, the Philly Sports Guy. He kept it loud and proud down there, and it was definitely great to see, but unfortunately, on the ice, things would not go in the Flyers' way, losing again 3-1. This is the first time this season the Flyers have lost consecutive games in regulation. And when you lose to back-to-back rivals, well, flat out, every game this year is going to be against a rival, as we are now in the East Division. But it definitely stinks. Before we move forward, ladies and gentlemen, please do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help your favorite parcero grow here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia. I just want to make my voice be heard in the city of Philadelphia, and I could use your guys' help, so please consider liking and subscribing. So look, going into this game, like we talked about, Pittsburgh week did not go in the way we all expected, right? You lose 2 out of 3 that series. Especially even yesterday, I really figured that the Flyers would end the series on a good note, but obviously we all know what happened in the third period. The Flyers just blew it. It was a back and forth game, for the Flyers, really, everyone is talking about that second period. The second periods have really been bad for the Flyers, but really what concerns me more is the fact that the Flyers don't really play complete games. Maybe the Buffalo series from like last weekend, when they swept them back-to-back and they beat them down, like that was the only time really where I felt like the Flyers played complete games. But even they had some blunders in the third periods of both those games, but they still flat out played well and they shut them out in those games. But besides those games, I can't think of a time where the Flyers have had a dominating performance. So you're going into this game, you want to get a W. You flat out want to get a W after what happened against the Pittsburgh series. Fans are in the stands, right? And you really hope that the Flyers would get the win there. Now, the other story would be that Carter Hart would get the start here. This would be his first start since the Tuesday night game in Pittsburgh. I was a little surprised that Alain Vigneault went with Brian Elliott yesterday, but it kind of makes sense going with Carter Hart here in this game and having Elliott play yesterday. He finished out the Thursday and Saturday games, and we'll get to Carter Hart's performance, but. Yeah, I have my thoughts on Carter Hart. That is for sure. That is for sure. So we're going into this game, and you really want the Flyers to start off fast, right? You want them to get on that quick start because of, like we just mentioned, that Pittsburgh week that happened. So you're back at home, fans and stands. Get this starting off on the right now, and the Flyers did flat out do that. They were able to start this game off quickly. With 9 minutes into the first period, that's when we would get our first goal, as Joel Farabee would get on the scoreboard again. 11 goals for Joel Farabee. My God, he is thoroughly turning into an impressive player. Like, people are putting him up with some of the best scorers in the NHL right now. It's incredible what he's doing. I did not expect Joel Farabee to take this step into his game. I really thought that, because if you guys remember last year, he was kind of in the same mold as Morgan Frost. Those guys came up together. Those guys were expected to be on the Flyers same time. And Joel Farabee has just really flat out surpassed Morgan Frost. And Joel is getting those regular minutes. He's playing on the first line. Tonight, though, I think we did change up. I totally forgot. I usually check the lines out beforehand. But look, tonight, tonight was the same line. Where we had it feels like this line has been together for a week, so it's good to have some continuity for sure with that first line here. But as my laptop is slowing up here, but we had Joel Farabee with Coots and JVR. You had Lotz with Kevin Hayes and TK. That line worked really well last year in the bubble. You had Claude Giroux, Nolan Patrick, and Jakub Voracek. So you put Giroux back on the wing, and you get him with some two other really skillful offensemen. You had Lindblom, Connor Bunyaman, Bunny, and Nicholas Ube-Kubel, or as Claude Giroux is starting to call him, Q. The note of today is that Michael Raffl would not play. It was undisclosed why. It seems as if he needs some rest, but Bunny would get instilled into the forward lineups in replacement of Michael Raffl. So not much change besides the not much change besides the third and fourth lines for the Philadelphia Flyers. But obviously that first goal, it was great. So the first period, Flyers look crisp. Flyers look on point. They had more energy. And this is what we expected. We wanted them to start off quick, and they did that. They really did do that. And then the second period, and obviously we all know Peter Laviolette is the now coach of the Washington Capitals. Will always hold a special place in my heart. But we all remember, we all know Lavi loves to do and he's really good at adjustments in intermission. And second period, the Caps look like a completely different team. Flat out, they look like a completely different team. They look quicker. They were taking advantage of their opportunities. And then 5 minutes into the second period, listen, TJ Oshie pretty much set this goal up. He faked the dump off, and then he took the puck, went down to the right side of the ice, and he was just this rocket, this dart of a pass cross ice, finds Ovi, and Ovi just it took him a second to control the puck, but just one time it passed Carter Hart. It was funny because it looked like the puck was going to go to Zdeno Chara, but Ovi was like, and then bam, he rips that bad boy into the back of the net, and it's like, oh no, this is not happening. Another second period blunder, and it's like, you give Ovi that opportunity, like he's got that open ice. He's about to rip that bad boy. It is so hard to stop that puck. And if you do stop that puck, you going to feel that puck because Ovi's got that rocket with this stick. And that at that point, you're a Flyers fan. And you're just like biting your nails to the freaking thumb because you know what's about to go down. So then 5 minutes later, it's as clear as day that the Capitals have the momentum, and off a bad face-off. Oh my God, the face-off was another issue here in this game for the Flyers. But on a bad face-off in the zone, the Caps would win the face-off, and the Flyers just were not doing. They didn't cover anyone off the face-off. And after a couple passes from Vrana and Carlson, it finds Dmitry Orlov, and he puts it in the back of the net. Not much that Carter Hart can do there. It just went right through. He slid, and it wasn't in time. Slid right through his 5-hole. And look, on that goal, Carter Hart needs to slide over a little quicker. But flat out, why is it right off the faceoff that no one was marking anyone? That was just laziness off the faceoff. And it's again it feels like Carter Hart gets the bad end of the deal. He got no help on that goal, on those first two goals, the Ovi goal and the Orlov goal. Bro, where's the help? Flat out, where's the help on that? And it sucks because, I'm being honest, I'm a little worried about the Carter Hart situation because he is a young player and he's going through a tough time right now. But the Flyers as a whole are going through a tough time right now. And as a young goalie who wants to be the guy, it's tough when it seems as if Brian Elliott is the guy now. So that second period was definitely like a horror show. It's like oh my God, not again. Another bad second period. You look so good in that first period. You have fans in the stands again. I'm going to reiterate that point because, like, that is so important. We know what Philly sports fans mean to these Philly sports teams. That's rough. So we go into the third period, and you're like, come on, like, all right, well, you're down 2-1. It's fine. Like, you just get a goal, and it's different. It's a different ball game here. But no, that wasn't the case. And the Flyers, you know, I will give the credit to the Flyers because they did have opportunities. They were fighting. They were trying. Just things were not going their way. And then unfortunately, really the dagger was placed with 4 minutes left into the period. It was crazy because Joel Farabee has the puck in the neutral zone. Zdeno Chara just absolutely lays him out. Like, we're talking little Joel Farabee to big Zdeno Chara. You know what's about to happen, right? Then JVR comes in defense, starts pushing him, but bro, it's still Zdeno Chara. Like, he's like 100 years old, but he's still like such a dominating figure out on the ice, and he's just like toying with JVR. Meantime, JVR and Farabee are here messing around with Chara, and the Washington offense is already in our zone. They're about to pick us apart. It's a 4-on-3 advantage. Joel Farabee is darting, trying to get back into play, but it was just too late. The puck finds Backstrom finds Nick Jensen, and Jensen was just patiently playing with Carter Hart, and he knew he was going to go low blocker, right? He knew he was going to go low blocker. He rips that bad boy past Carter Hart, low blocker side, and that really was the nail on the coffin. And the Flyers would continue trying to get a pucking goal, just get one goal at least. You know, make this a 3-2 game. Anything can happen. They take the goalie out. But nothing was going the Flyers' way in the second and third periods. And the Flyers would fall to the Washington Capitals, losing their first consecutive back-to-back in regulation games. This sucks. This flat out sucks because, like I said, you know, you go up in the first period. Again, fans in the stands, a little momentum there. And after losing to Pittsburgh, losing 2 out of 3 to Pittsburgh, you want to get that win there as well. But the Flyers was just not their night. And now look, the thing is too, the Flyers are just in a tough stretch right now. They are in a tough stretch. They have players that are returning back for COVID, trying to get back into shape. They have a tough stretch in their schedule right now. Like we just said, 6 games in 9 nights. It's a lot of freaking hockey going on right now. And the fact is that they just played a tough 3-game series in 1 week against their most fierce rival. That takes a lot of energy out of you to begin with. Then you got to travel back to Philadelphia. I know Pittsburgh and Philly is not a long trip, but still, you travel to Philly. You got to get ready against this good Washington Capitals team who's going to be hungry after what happened against Boston. And the fact, too, is that people don't realize is that Washington was in Philly yesterday. While we were playing a game, Washington is making themselves nice and cozy at the Wells Fargo Center practicing and studying the tape. So they were completely ready for us here in this game. You know, they start off the period slow, but they're like, all right, well, we'll be okay. It's just 1-0. And boom, they come on the second period. They take advantage of the Flyers. They win in the faceoffs. They had better opportunities themselves. They took advantage of, you know, quite honestly, what looked like a fatigued Flyers team. And credit to the Washington Capitals for that. But, you know, if you're the Flyers, something's got to give here. And I get the fatigue thing, but look, everyone is going through something. Washington had to deal with their own COVID issues at the beginning of the season. So Alain Vigneault has to figure this out. And his press conference today was really freaking short. So you know damn well AV's not happy. AV ain't going to the Martinis tonight. No. AV's going to the tape, trying to figure it out. He's going to probably play with the lines again. Tomorrow, a little rest finally for the Flyers. They really need it. Tuesday morning is going to be skate. You're going to go have a little walk-through skate. And then you got a game on Tuesday night against the Buffalo Sabres. Right now, there's not much that AV can do. Right now, it's honestly on the players. It's on the veteran players. Your Claude Giroux of the world. Yes, even your Brian Elliott's of the world. Jakob, JVR, Coots, Provy. Yeah, Provy. It's these guys, Kevin Hazy. It's these guys that need to hold each other accountable. And we got to figure this out, guys. Carajo. We got to figure this out. Straight up. It's really tough right now. What is going on with the Flyers? I mean, it's a problem. And the power play is as well has been an issue with the Flyers. Look, it's like what I clamor with the Sixers and the free throw stuff, especially with Ben Simmons. Like, that's easy money. You got to make those free throws. And same thing with the power play. Like, I get it, you're not gonna nail in power play goals every single time, but you had 4 opportunities in this game on the power play. So you got to figure this out. More pucks need to go on net. You got to get a little creative. You got to get that communication going with each other. But this power play unit needs to figure it out. Same thing was happening in the Pittsburgh series. Like, come on, guys, we really need to figure this out with the power play unit. And the PK as well. Luckily tonight we didn't give up too many opportunities. And that one power play that they gave to the Capitals, that was a BS. There was a lot of BS calls in this game. That one icing for JVR as well. JVR touched the puck first. There was just some really bad calls. The power play, it was called on Travis Konecny. It was quote unquote goaltender interference when TK literally got pushed into the goalie. And like, you're just thinking like, ref, what the fuck are you looking at? Right? There was a couple of just terrible calls on the ice there. Oh man, look, you guys know me. I'm not really too familiar with all the hockey rules and nuances and whatnot. But on the Farabee and JVR and Chara situation, there's a fight going on. Wouldn't the ref, most of the time when there's fights, refs usually get in there and stop it. Now again, like I said, I'm not too familiar with the nuances of the NHL completely. I'm in my second full year of covering the Flyers. So to me, when I usually see fights, I usually see the refs getting in there. Now obviously that led to a goal, so I'm a little upset over that. But fact of the matter is, Zdeno Chara, man, he's a bully. He's a flat out bully. And really the story tonight was the missed opportunities. The Flyers had a lot of opportunities, a lot of good chances to get on goal. We had a bunch of breakaways. We had a bunch of man opportunities. And we just couldn't capitalize it. We just flat out couldn't capitalize it. Look, it's going to be tough. And next up was the Buffalo. We're going to have Buffalo here in Philadelphia again. And it should be a win. But the Flyers need to come out hungry again. Because I know the Buffalo Sabres are like literally the bottom of the barrel, when it comes to the East Division. But you still can't sleep on this team. And if you're going to get fix your problems out, this is going to be the game that you want to do it. So the Flyers, this is the opportunity for the Flyers to start figuring things out. Kind of like what happened last week. It was a week ago. A week ago when we had the same issue. Flyers are going to have to figure this out. Tough game there. Guys, it's rough. I know it's rough. Losing back-to-back. I know fans were in the stands. I really hope tomorrow I don't wake up to Philly fans being Philly fans again. I really don't want to wake up to an idiot, a drunk idiot at the Wells Fargo Center making a fool of not himself, but the rest of the fan base that is the Flyers fans. So it is tough, guys, but hey, keep your heads up and stay positive. It's going to be okay, guys. I trust Vigneault and I trust this group. We're going to figure it out. We promise you, we are going to figure it out. Trust the process. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've watched up to this point, please do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help your favorite parcero grow here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia. Ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of El Parcero Philly, and I'm telling you guys, let's go Flyers! Talk to you soon.